Good morning, everybody. This is PAX. Welcome to Capital Preservation Friday on the Pay for Your Trades Network. This is my co-host Penny Blaine is with me, and we are coming to you live. I love doing this stuff. It's live. It's non-farm payroll Friday, and we're coming to you live on the Pay for Your Trades Network. We host daily podcasts where we trade our yes/no picks in the new event contracts issued by CME Group. We do these. We're going to do this today live on air, and I think it's really important for the way that I trade. It's really important for us to be able to make these picks when the market or before the market opens, after these numbers. If you want to see all of our hot picks and get a chance to win weekly cash prizes, go to www.placeyourtrades.com and claim your free trade. This is really kind of a fun thing to do, and it's a way to make some money. I've made a little bit of money in doing this, and it's been a lot of fun. I'm going to continue to do it. When you sign up, you'll get a free trade from our sponsor, Trade I never cleared Trade but I really enjoy working with them at this point. It's really a lot of fun. So go to www.placeyourtrades.com. Anthony and Penny Lane yesterday had gone in and explained how to open up an account and how to do all of these things. It's really step-by-step process. It's 1, 2, 3, and very quick. So please go through Pay for Your Trade so you can claim your free trade and get started. So I want to welcome my co-host, who I'm becoming very close to her. I have the utmost respect for her and what she's trying to do and the way that she's starting her career on Twitter and all of the struggles. But Penny Lane Blaine, everybody. Where you at, sister?
Hey, hi, Pax. Good morning. Happy Friday.
Good morning. You look great. You're always so chipper and cheerful and happy in spite of, the honest struggle that you're going through as a new trader. I find it inspiring. So thank you for doing that.
Of course. I really appreciate it. I'm incredibly lucky to have the mentors that I have and people who are believing in me. It's making a very difficult journey go a little more smoothly. And I count you as one of those. I really appreciate all the conversations we've had, especially about preserving your capital. So I'm so excited to be on this show.
Me too. Language is important to me. And I just had a real lengthy text exchange through DM with the trader. But like the word luck, you said you're lucky. I don't like using that word because the root of it is Lucifer. So that's one thing. And I'm a faithful Catholic, but the second point though is that I don't like any connotations to do with gambling when it comes to trading, because it's not. We're a business. This is a business, so there's no luck involved. I've been on the other side of pretty much every outlier in the last 20 years, and I got a lot of attention from a tweet that I made on Monday about capital preservation when there were rumors of Credit Suisse last weekend being in trouble and a possible Fed meeting and all kinds of stuff. Internet rumors, and I made that clear within 5 minutes. But I told everybody I wasn't going to trade Monday. I didn't care what happened Monday. I mean, I cared from a technical standpoint, but not from a trader standpoint. I detached emotionally from that trade Monday, and whatever happened. We had a rip, roar, and rally, and it traded between one swing target to the next swing target, and it was a beautiful thing. So I don't like the word luck. I like the word blessings, because we create our own. We create our own momentum moving forward, or we create momentum moving backwards. It's up to me. The market can't hurt me. I'm not afraid of the market. The market does not. It doesn't favor me. It doesn't disfavor me. The algorithms aren't out to hurt me. They're out to make money, as am I. So that's the basis of Capital Preservation Friday, especially in light of today's very, very important non-farm payroll. The Fed told us that, by the way, if anybody's looking for a macro perspective on this, go to CNBC, listen to Rick Santelli. There's a million other, amateur macro analysts that'll give you their opinion on the non-farm payroll. We're not going to talk about that today. We'll talk about it from a trader standpoint in light of the yes/no contracts today. And when the market opens in another 25 minutes, then I'll have a much clearer picture as to what I think the market will do, or not what I think the market will do, but what the market is telling me it's going to do in real time. So, sorry, I think I went off a little bit too long on that tangent, but it's the basis of what capital preservation is. This is a marathon, Penny, and I think that you're learning this. Long-term profitable trading is a marathon. It's not a sprint. I'm not easily impressed with what somebody makes in a year or 5 years or even a decade. What the only true measure of success is what you take with you, what I take with you, and what every other trader takes with us. What we have when we are done trading for active income. I'll be like Jim Dalton. I'll be trading well into my 80s. I don't ever foresee a time where I will not be trading futures. I love this job. I love the challenge that it constantly poses to me every single day, every morning, to be the better version of myself that I can possibly be, at the risk of sounding cliche. But it's very, very important that I continue to push forward. And as long as I'm trading, I'm living. As long as I'm living, I'm trading. And that's the way I look at it. Now, for active income, that's a different story. I'll take it easy. And as I get older, capital preservation becomes more and more important to me. Capital preservation becomes not just financial capital, but spiritual capital, emotional capital, physical capital. Those forms of capital I need to bank, and I need to move forward, right? We talked about this yesterday. Every morning, I'm going to shut up because I know we're not getting into what you wanted to talk about, but every morning, my job is to protect the beginning balance of my statement. So if it says I've got $10,000 in there, I don't want it to be $9,000. I'm not going to use that or 100 or whatever. I'm not going to use that as risk capital. Well, I've got 100. I had a trader tell me that a couple weeks ago. I've got 100 grand in my account that I can lose. That's the wrong way of looking at it. I don't lose money. This is not a game. Like I said earlier, this is not gambling. This is a business. I spend money. And there are a lot of days where I spend more than I make. But that language, that mindset shift is very, very important to me. So every morning I want to protect the beginning balance of my statement. If it says 90,000 or 100,000, I don't want it to be 90. I don't want it to be 99. Sometimes it is. But like any other business, I have to spend money to make money. It's really important. So when I do get a trade on, and I employ what I call the 4 pillars of capital management, I minimize my risk. Number 2 is I remove my risk. Number 3, maximize my profit. Number 4, I exploit my profit. When I employ the 4 pillars of capital management, I remove my risk, and I pay for my trade. I remove my risk. Now I've got 3/4 of my position on, and I can let the market do the work, and I take profit along the way. It's my job now to protect that beginning balance of my statement. Now, if I made $1,000 in that trade, I need to protect and preserve and grow that. So in that way, I keep resetting and preserving my capital. And then when the market stops me out for a scratcher or an expense, the market tells me that we're not going the way that I traded for it to go, and I've got a choice to either reverse course and trade differently, or to get up and preserve my mental and physical and spiritual capital by working out, running. I eat well, I sleep well, I go to bed at the same time, I wake up at the same time. I do all of these things, and it makes me healthier at the age of 54 than what I was when I was 34. Sorry.
I love that. I especially love the part about mental capital. And it's like a superhero, only taking things on that make you stronger. And I had someone say to me on Twitter yesterday, maybe trading's not for you. Maybe it's a net loss for you because of what it does to you mentally. And I really took that to heart and thought about it and was like, no. Like I enjoy trading is a net add for me, regardless of the outcome. It is giving me capital in my life. I'm gaining knowledge. I'm so much tougher than I was 2 years ago. I'm stronger. I've learned more, and I have a much more educated perspective about what's going on in the world. It's easier for me to have conversations with people because I understand so much about what's going on, and that's all things money can't buy.
No, and in light of a tweet that you made, how has that transferred into your P&L? All of those banking, you're banking that spiritual, emotional, mental capital. How is that transferred over into your P&L?
So the actual P&L is so much less important to me. You know what I mean? Because it is, as I told you yesterday, for so much of my trading career, my number one focus was making money. And if I didn't make money, I felt badly about myself. I felt badly about my trading. I've had a lot of success in other areas of my life, and it made me feel like, am I just a fraud in life? And now that I've been able to shift that perspective and say, this has brought me more than it has taken away from me, it has really, really shifted it into a happy wonderful thing that I do, which takes away that importance of the P&L.
And that's how it transfers into more P than L, more profit than loss. You will continue, as you continue to bank all these other forms of capital, you will continue to bank more and more financial capital. And that's what I think is important. We've got to continue to grow as people. As every single day, James Clear wrote about being 1% better in 10 different things. And if I can do that every single day, if I can just be 1% better, my life will be radically different in a year. I will be a different person in a year. 10 years ago, after I had gone broke after MF Global, and I had just, pissed away money and kept going, and I restarted my career, I went back to the basics of what worked for me on the trading floor. I was a big NASDAQ trader. I traded in the hogs, I traded some other pits. But what worked? Well, ultimately, what the most important part of my trading on the floor was trading without fear. What was trading without ego. I don't bump my chest like in the movie Wolf of Wall Street. I don't thump my chest because I know that I've only got one trade left in front of me. The only trade I need to worry about is that next trade. Paul Tudor Jones is the best futures trader and the best trader in the world, or one of the best, because he knows that he's got to cut his losses and keep them expenses and not losses. He's got to keep them expenses and move on to the next trade and focus on that trade only. The only trade I need to focus on is the next one. That next one for me is going to be at 8:30 when the market opens, and I have an idea of what that opening range was, the basis of what worked for me on the floor, and then trade by trade. But in order for me to be effective trading and to continue to do that, I've got to work out. I've got a Pilates class this morning I'm going to take. I'm going to have lunch with a friend of mine and have a good exchange with him. I need to read. I need to be constantly reading. I need to be constantly working on just, I hate saying it because it's a cliche, but being the best version of myself that I can possibly be.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Let's look at the market and take some picks, huh?
Let's take some picks. Shark?
So, real quick, guys, I am if I get too far into talking, I can talk about trading and the emotional and mental and spiritual aspect of it, because I think that capital preservation is the basis for all long-term profitable and successful trading. So if I get too far into it, I apologize. If I get off in tangents, I apologize. Hopefully there's some nuggets of information that are valuable to us as we continue to move forward. But one last thing I wanted to mention about capital preservation. If you struggled, and I tweeted this morning, if you struggled this week, if you were not profitable this week, please don't try to make it all back in one day. If you missed opportunity, detach emotionally from that, move on to the next trade. Don't try to make it back today. I've ruined way too many weekends in my life obsessing about the markets and the mistakes I've made on a Friday. Don't do it. If you were profitable this week, proper account management is not something that I see anybody else talking about or teaching. And proper account, I've seen traders, very good traders, talented traders, knowledgeable traders blow their careers because they did not manage their accounts properly. If you made money, take money out of your accounts, properly fund your tax accounts. If you're a futures trader, we're taxed on a 60-40 long-term, short-term capital gains, section 1256, and that's really important. The taxes end up being less than 25% of what we pay. So properly fund your tax account. And don't take my word for it. Please talk to a certified CPA that knows what the hell they're talking about. Okay, I'm done. Just, reserve your capital. Let the market come to you in easy trades. And this will be easy.
One thing I wanted to say is if you guys could all do me a favor and go to the Place Your Trades website. Shark, if you could put that in the chat, I would really appreciate it. So if you go to our website and click here to sign up, all you have to do is register. You get a free trade from Tradeovate, and you get access to their web app, and you get put on our mailing list for our newsletter, which I personally write, and it is fire. You're going to love it. It's a capital ad. You're going to absolutely love the newsletter. You're just going to register. And then after you register, you're going to become a member of our website. So once you go into the Place Your Trades membership website, you can click right here where it says Claim Trades. that takes you into how you are able to trade these event contracts through Tradeovate, and they have the only web app right now that you can trade the event contracts on. So these right here are QR codes that you can scan with your phone. These event contracts are meant to be traded on your phone, not on the desktop. So
Important.
I am going to show you a version that's on the desktop because we're on a show here and that's the only way I can do it. However, just try it. This does not obligate you to anything. Just try it. You might like it. All right. So right now we are in my personal account. I opened this account 2 weeks ago with $1,000. I've never traded a future in my life. The only reason that I am still, have this much money, big shout out to my friend Horse. He's been helping me with my trades after I lost some money. I'm going to take these trades live on air. PAX is going to help me. PAX, I have $974 of capital. Let's make some picks and make some trades.
Bet it all. No, don't. Capital preservation. Capital preservation. I'm just kidding. Let's take it easy. I think let's talk about the S&P. So the S&P, the strike or the last traded price is what is 0975 to 3710. 3726 is a big level for me. And Vez, I can't say. Kadi in the chat said talked about JOMO. Don't trade every wiggle, trade the levels. So trading the levels is very, very important to me. Opening range, action area, action area. We are opening under 37.26. That means to me in the S&P that this is a bearish. Obviously, we're lower. We're 47 lower. So that's kind of the captain obvious thing to do. But, are the dip buyers going to come and rally this market, or are the sellers going to come in? Are the bears going to come in and continue to press? We are below. I don't care about that. What I care about is the opening range giving me a price area to trade. We are below 37.26. So I'm going to take the no. I think we close below today. We close below 36.85. 36.85. So I would take the no on that.
Do we want to look at the strike list here, Pax?
Yes. So 36.85 no's are what? They're 50 cents, right?
I see 36.50 is 30. Am I not seeing this right? I see 36 and 36.50.
Yes, 36.50. I'm sorry, I should use that.
No.
All right, so I've got 36.85 and 36.35. Go into the strike list. I can't see your screens real well, but I'm looking at my app. So I've got 36.85 as a strike price and 36.35 on the downside. If it's 36.50, then I still that's going to be an iffier price. I would take the no. I think we're going lower. I think we are going lower. I'll take no on that.
All right, how many should I take?
Oh, I don't know, $20 worth.
All right.
That's not going to hurt you, and it could put a nice little chunk of change in your pocket.
All right, 17. Here we go. Place order. Filled. That was so easy.
Yeah, let's just hope the market goes lower. See how easy it stays.
This is so fun. I'm trading futures. Who knew?
You are. We trade level to level. So I believe underneath 37.26, we go to at least 36.63. And I think it's worth the cheap. I think it's worth $20 to see if you can make, exponentially more, right? And I think it's a good spot. All right, let's take a look at the Schnazzy Nazzy. The Schnazzy Nazzy is right now trading. Oh my God! Schnazzy Nazzy is trading at 11,341. Okay. So the NASDAQ has got a lot of support in this area. Oh man, the NASDAQ has got a lot of support in this area, but the NASDAQ is under pressure due. Oh, I think the NASDAQ closes below 11,190. So what's the strike price that you've got here?
11. Got
what do you have?
11,250. I have 11,250 and 11,000.
Oh, 11,250. I would definitely take the nose there. We're closing below there.
All right.
Same thing. $20. You're not going to get hurt. You stand to make a pretty decent amount of money.
All right.
Everybody can, it's funny on Twitter, people will accuse me of being a perma bull or a perma bear. I'm neither. Somebody DM'd me and told me that they were very disappointed in me and lost respect for me because I deleted a tweet that I made Friday about the close being very bearish. Well, Monday negated that bearish close. All right, crude. Where is crude? Oh, Russell. You want to talk about Russell? Or you want to go into crude?
Sure. We only have a few minutes left. Let's just do the crude. You want to do the crude? Here we go. Light sweet crude oil.
Last night, you guys all bet crude to go lower. I think crude is going higher. We're above 88.80 is a big level for me. So crude targets up to like 91.60. What strikes do we have there?
We have 91 and 92.
Okay. Do we have? I don't know. I would say I'd put in a market to see if you can, put in an order to see if you can get hit on some 90s for a few bucks, or 90. Yeah.
Yep.
I think we, this is not a very, this is not a real bold call, but I think that we close above 90. I think that late in the day we're going to see some bullish price action. I wouldn't throw a whole lot of money into that pot though.
All right, we'll take two.
All right, take a deuce.
All right. We have time for one more pick. What do you want, Pax?
You want to do gold or silver?
Yeah.
Gold and silver to me are so important. Let's do silver. No, let's do gold. Okay, let's do gold. Gold is in the middle of some really big action areas for me. 1715, 1707, 1682 is a huge level. So I think that gold eventually rallies today. If the S&P starts working below 3663, then maybe they're going to start to liquidate some gold too. But I think gold is starting to find its footing. Gold is not a hedge against inflation. Gold is a hedge against the central banks losing control of money supply. So what are the strikes that we have there? I think gold closes above 1720 today.
All right, we have 1720.
All right, and we're down 0.5%. So I think that we go a little bit higher. But again, with gold, I wouldn't spend a whole lot of money because gold is going to sit. But if it's going to do anything, I think it closes higher.
All right, let's take two.
All right, let's take a deuce on that too.
All right,
this is
guys,
the greatest job in the world. Penny, this is the greatest job in the world, and these event contracts are really a cool and fun way of just making it even better. There's nothing like what we get to do here as traders. There's nothing like trading for a living. There's nothing like every day waking up being the best version of ourselves, and there's nothing like these event contracts to make things a little bit more interesting and a little bit more fun and to put a little bit of money into our pockets.
Totally. All right, well, I'm going to monitor these trades throughout the day, and I'll tweet where we end. I hope we do great. Guys, this is really fun. Go to placeyourtrades.com, sign up, and open an account. Trade with us. It's a great way to dabble. I said on my Twitter or somewhere yesterday, this is like trading futures with training wheels, which we can all use training wheels as we get started. If you've never traded a future before, this is the way to do it.
It's a great point. And these are also taxed according to Section 1259, which is, it's very different than being taxed regular income. These are futures. These are considered futures from the IRS standpoint. It's about a 25% tax rate, someplace around there. Consult the CPA, not me.
All right, guys. Well, let's preserve some capital and end this week on a good note.
Happy Capital Preservation Friday. Like Mark Wisniewski said, let's get this bread. Have a blessed and profitable week. Have a blessed and profitable weekend, and everybody be safe, and I'll see you all next week.